Hi, I'm Funam.
Hi, I'm Martis.
And today we're talking about thriving humans. Many people today are cynical about the present and the future. They have lost hope in front of big problems like climate change or the evil ways technology is being used on social media, for example. Thankfully, education, awareness, some type of technology, and the entrepreneurial spirit can help restore faith and encourage people to get better for themselves and influence others to get better with them. On a personal level, we tend to be more motivated when we feel better about ourselves. In business, there's a lot of money and opportunity in helping every single person on this planet thrive. This episode is about empowering individuals and then, in turn, empowering the rest of this planet.
Now, we all have that friend who goes out of their way to raise other people up, to really make them happier. And they're kind of at their own expense because sometimes they're going out of their way so often that they forget to self-maintain. For us to bring up other people, we need to maintain ourselves first. It's kind of similar to the oxygen mask in the airplane. They encourage you to put on yourself first so then you can help other people.
There are two different ways you can go about empowering people. The first one is without technology. Throughout our life, we can develop our emotional intelligence, the link between how we feel, how we think, and how we act on different situations. Because life happens, not everything in life happens the way you want it to be. What you want to do is to build resilience, to bring abundance, and to make sure that whatever the situation is in front of you, you can do something about it. Another tool that's very helpful is to figure out what your life purpose is. And your life purpose is not necessarily a static statement. It might be what's good to you now. There are many different methodologies that you can use to reach your life purpose. One of my favorite ways is called Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese philosophy that overlaps what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can do to make money.
The second way to empower people is through transformative technology. Now that's a subset of technology that serves health, wellness, performance, longevity, and balance. Transformative technology uses things like wearables that have sensors in them connected to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other technologies that help us measure ourselves and the world around us.
One of the most compelling examples that we have here at Nonfiction is the development of the Somni headband. We work with neuroscientists and developers at STEM Science in Berkeley, California, to develop this headband that does two things. It uses electricity to stimulate your brain and teach your brain how to fall asleep. And then the rest of the night, your brain knows what to do. And the next morning, you wake up refreshed and focused and ready for the whole day. The second thing that band does is, if you choose to, it can read your brain waves throughout the night. And with that data, it can stimulate your brain the next night in a way that is customized to you.
Now let's talk about how we can influence other people positively.
One of the North Stars that you have to keep in mind living an empowered life is to live a life of abundance. And one way we do this is by triggering the cycle of abundance. The cycle of abundance may start with curiosity. We live in a world that's full of colors and textures and interesting personalities. So let's absorb as much as possible and then learn from that. Once you are in a curious state, you naturally turn into a creative state. The way we describe creativity is the belief that there's more than one solution to a problem. And then from there, you naturally become more proactive. And then naturally, the more you try things out, the more you become productive. And productivity is this wonderful state that brings up your self-esteem. You can open your mind to curiosity again.
When we manifest abundance, people notice. It starts to affect everyone around us and brings them all up. Not only just your local sphere of influence, your friends and family, but a larger group, societies and communities around you.
One of the most interesting projects that we have going on at Nonfiction right now is the work we're doing bringing resiliency, data-driven education, and creativity to police officers and police departments. As we know, police officers have a very stressful job. Their life is on the line. They have very little time to recover between shifts. And it's very hard for them to create a balance between their personal life, their professional life, and really influence others to create the betterment of society. So in order to create that balance, we're developing different tools, wearables, apps, and workshops in order to get there.
And this idea of helping out people in high-stress jobs isn't limited to police officers. It can be used in the military, it can be used in the healthcare profession, and even first responders of all sorts. After all, if we can solve problems for these high-stress situations, then we can turn that back around and apply it to the rest of society.
The takeaway of this episode is start with yourself, and you may or may not use technology to get there. Above all, you have to think about your life purpose. You have to trigger your cycle of abundance, and you have to develop emotional intelligence skills. Only then will you be able to influence others to thrive.
Thank you for joining us on this journey today through Thriving Humans. We look forward to your comments below, and until next time, bye-bye.